Hello, Maize and Blue fans. As always, like, share, subscribe, and let's just get into it. Now, Michigan plays Western this week. I think it's on FS1, and it's like a 12:30, 3:30 kickoff, something like that. But I just wanted to talk about Michigan should blow them out now. If they struggle with them, we got real problems. But I don't suspect they will. So I'm just going to talk about what Michigan needs to improve on and the problems that we saw. Now, first off, I want to talk about Shea Patterson because I hear people saying, "Oh, Dylan McCaffrey looked great. He looked good." But don't get it twisted. From what Shea Patterson showed great accuracy. He might have made a couple mistakes because of the O-line letting dudes through. But dude showed he's a baller. Like, he showed that. He showed accuracy and pretty good poise. His accuracy is on point. That deep ball to Nico Collins, it could have been thrown a little bit better, but it was on point. All his short throws, on point. He threw that pick, but it should have been, he threw that pick. One thing I'll say about that, the receiver has to fight for the ball. The receiver acts like, you looking back at the ball, you don't see that Notre Dame player right there? You have to try to stop him from picking that. Not try to catch it in it, but maybe he didn't see him. I don't know. But stop that. From what I'm hearing, Brandon Peters would have been the second string quarterback, but he hurt himself in warm-ups. That's why McCaffrey came in. He looked good, but he didn't look better than Shea. He didn't. Like, people forget Shea moved the ball right down the field and got that touchdown when we needed him to. And then the last drive he fumbled, but stuff like that happens. But Shea's the starter. Like, stop it. We did the same thing with John O'Corn. Let's remember, fans, Michigan fans. I'm one of you. Let's remember. We get so hyped on the next dude that comes in and makes 2-3 plays. Let's put him in. Let's play him. Chill out. We got a starter. We got a good starter. Let's ride the wave of Shea for a while before we just, let's put in Dylan. No, we saw enough from Shea to say he's the starter. Like, let's just stop that. But the offense, Harbaugh has to relinquish some of the chains or the reins off of Shea and let him go and throw the ball downfield if he can. Now that also depends on the offensive line, but like the first drive, nothing but handoffs I saw one screen pass, and then the rest was running plays to Higdon. What are you doing? We're moving the ball, but you're just handing it to Higdon every time. That's dumb, basic foot. Why are you doing that? That's basic. You're not confusing anybody. You're running it every time. It's the first drive of the game. We're moving it. How about you sprinkle some passes in there? Now they're a little off kilter. But he just handed it to Higdon every time. Higdon's not breaking any tackles. He didn't break any tackles in that game. He didn't. I saw a lot of shoestring tackles and stuff like that. He didn't break any tackles in that game. And I've heard that, when our offense was at its best since Harbaugh has been there is when Jed Fish was there and Rudock was under him and Willem Spate was under him for that year. And we had 2 10-3 seasons. Now, Harbaugh, it's been reported that Harbaugh got into it with Jed Fish and Tyrone Wheatley because I'm not sure what happened with Wheatley, but Jed Fish, he wanted more control of the offense. And Harbaugh should have gave it to him because our offense hasn't been the same since he left. Like, we need him. And I think he's consulting for the LA Rams. Whatever he wants, give it to him and let it be his offense. Like, I'm getting to the point now where I like Harbaugh as a head football coach, but let Don Brown and Greg Little, let them run the defense. Let Jed Fish and Drevno run the offense or whoever. Let Jed Fish run the offense. Get him back or whoever you hire, let them be the offensive coordinator. Harbaugh, you just be a CEO. You're the head coach. But Harbaugh's offensive schemes is too basic. He's too basic. Like, I'm starting to see Harbaugh doesn't know how to call a offensive game, not a good one anymore. I'm just seeing it. He has nothing to go off of that says he does, because he just, I don't know what it is. He calls dumb plays sometimes. They're just dumb. It makes you wonder, like, what are you doing? I could call a better game than this. You shouldn't, as a fan, you should never feel like you could call a better game than your coaches. If you feel like that, then something's wrong. Like, honestly, you shouldn't feel like you can coach, draw up better plays or call better plays than them. Like, you shouldn't feel that way. And Harbaugh makes us feel that way. But besides that, let's see. The offensive, our players, they have to make plays. And this is offense and defense. Like that touchdown pass that was in the, I don't know if it was McCune or Gentry. It was Shea Patterson threw it in the end zone. It was in his hands. Notre Dame's player, he made the play. He came up, knocked the ball out of his hands. He made the play. So that's all this football basic. It's just about making plays. Your coaches can put you in position. Just like the defensive touchdown that we gave up when Metellus was out, and who was that? Brad Hawkins came in. He got mossed. The receiver made a big play. What Woodson say? Big players make big plays. That's all it is. Your best players need to make big plays. Your lower level players, you just expect them to get the job done. You don't just expect them to make big plays. Those come from your stars and your big good players. But when a coach has you in position, like Hawkins was in position to make the play, he just got mossed. Earlier in the game, the first drive, Michigan should have had a pick. I'm not sure if it was David Long or Lavert Hill. Had the pick in their hands. Notre Dame's player fought him for it, knocked the ball out of his hands. That's a big play. It might not seem like a big play, but that's a big play because that would have been an interception. Now it's 0-0 with us with a turnover in their territory. That's a big play. So the drive continues. Notre Dame ends up scoring a touchdown. So our players have failed to make big plays, like in most of our big games, and that's why we lose them. Your best players have to show up and make plays. And now I'm going to get on to discipline. That second quarter of Michigan ball, it was some of the most undisciplined football I've ever seen. Especially from a defense we expect to be good. It was so undisciplined. Chase Winovich. Notre Dame is in the red zone. 3rd and long. Incomplete pass. He hits Winbush in the back with his helmet. You're one of our best players. What are you doing? You just continue the drive. Next couple plays, touchdown. What are you doing? That touchdown is completely because of you. So, people making dumb plays. You have to be disciplined. Now, Josh Metellus. And when you're playing safety, you're going to have split-second decisions when a pass is thrown like in your area, whether to hit him or to knock the ball down and try to strip him. Metellus comes a little. He's on time. I have to say he was in position right. He came maybe a second late, but he was pretty on point. The play that he should have made was knock the ball down. He went for the big hit. Not only did he hit the guy in the head, the receiver caught the ball too. So you didn't even knock the ball loose. So he took your hit, which was a helmet to shoulder hit. And he caught the ball. So they probably got like 40, 50 yards off of that. I think it was like a 25, 30-yard play pass. And then tack on 15, and you're ejected. Next couple plays, Brad Hawkins get mossed because he's playing the position you're playing. Undisciplined football. Now, I know that might have been first game jitters and everything like that, but that's just what it is. Like, you have to make those plays and be disciplined. Like that play with Chase Winovich. You made the play. You rushed the quarterback. Made him hurry up his throw. But you hit him in the back. Undisciplined. And you made the team pay for it. But on offense with the plays, playmakers on offense, I noticed Shea was getting the ball to these dudes. But nobody was breaking tackles. Nobody was making people miss. I didn't see any broken tackles or guys making someone miss until Chris Evans got in the game. Oh, wow. The guy that you said was a top running back actually showed it when you put him in the game. Too bad it took to the end of the fourth quarter for you to put him in the game. Nobody knows why he didn't play, why he wasn't playing. Higdon is not, I've already said this, so I'm not going to harp on Higdon not being a 25 carry back. He's not. He's not that guy. He's too little. And he runs straight ahead, doesn't have any moves. Higdon runs straight ahead, no moves. Evans is fast and he has moves. So he was getting the screens and getting these passes. He's making moves, spinning, juking dudes, and he's tick, just the yardage just adds up fast because he's making moves and he can keep progressing. Like, Harbaugh has to get this dude carries. He might need to start. Just being real, he might need to start. And then you bring in Higdon later on. Because Evans is more the total package than Higdon. Because he can catch out the backfield, run, and he's got good vision. Only thing I might say, maybe he can't pass block as good as Higdon. Maybe that's what it is. But there's still no excuse for him to not get carries. You have to give the man carries. You talked him up too much in the offseason saying, oh, we don't have a sure starter as 1A and 1B or anything. They're both 1A. If they're both 1A, they both need the same amount of carries unless somebody is getting it done. So, besides that, leaders having to step up. And one thing I want to say about the Notre Dame, and I said it the other day, Harbaugh has to get taller players. And it's just taller players, they just make it harder. If you got a 6 foot corner, I mean, our corners are like 5'10" right now. Our starters. They're going up against 6'4", 6'5" dudes. You're going to see what happened Saturday in the first quarter. They were just throwing it up. He was just throwing it up. And they're so long. The corners actually got decent coverage, but they're so long. They're out here catching the ball on him. So that's just what was happening. So I'd like to see Harbaugh, the whole team. I want to see the whole team be 6 foot and up. Only a few players that are 5'9", 5'10". The whole team needs to be just 6 foot and up, tall, big dudes that can just go up and get it. Because smaller dudes can get exposed. It's just what it is. I mean, I'm short, but I'm a realist. You can see the short dudes get exposed. I remember Tyrann Mathieu getting exposed against Bama in the championship that one year because he's short. So they started throwing at the Honey Badger, even though he's an NFL Pro Bowler now. But they were throwing at him because he's short. It's simple. But that's just basic football type of stuff. So that's just some of the things I like to see. The offensive line. Now, the offensive line, it's not good. Because when we play Michigan State, Ohio State, who else? Penn State. They all got freaks like Notre Dame on the D line. So it's not going to be easy. So to make Shea not get killed back there, I need to see if Chris Evans is the back that's going to be in when we're doing a lot of passing plays. You need to have him chip, and then come out of the backfield, or he's running routes out of the backfield, because that's just another option to get rid of the ball faster. Like when we play certain teams, we really have to run a West Coast type offense, and that's where you're going to your backs a lot. Like your back might have the most receptions on the team because you're just using him to get rid of the ball fast. So I'd like to see us do that more. But that's all I got. I'm expecting us to kind of get back on page this week against Western Michigan. If we come out and lay an egg this week, we got problems, y'all. Like, just being honest, we got problems if that happens. So I'm hoping that we can get that together. And one last player I got to call out on him playing undisciplined. I almost forgot. Devin Bush. Devin Bush playing linebacker, spying Wimbush. It's like a 3rd and long, and he's spying him, but he's coming up to the line too close. If you're going to spy the quarterback, you have to sit back and keep your depth. So when he gets around the line, either way, you have an angle. Devin Bush came up so far, he had to work around his defensive players in the O-line. He had to work around them. And that's how he got caught up. You have to stay back far enough so you can just have an angle. Wherever the quarterback goes, you have a perfect angle at him. And so he comes up too soon, gets stuck behind the line, and now you got Wimbush running in the secondary and running on the sideline, picking up first downs. You have to stay disciplined. And if it wasn't the thing that made me mad, these are supposed to be our stars. Chase Winovich, Devin Bush, these are our stars. Rashawn played a pretty good game. And honestly, the way our line is looking, I didn't see a lot of push coming from the middle because I saw Wimbush running up the middle half the time. So I'd almost, if I'm Harbaugh, I might think about playing, or if I'm Greg Little Greg Madison or Don Brown, I might think about playing Rashawn Gary at D tackle. Honestly, I think he might beast out more at defensive tackle. Because you got it's not hard to find a rush in that can just get around the edge. But to have 2 good rush ins, and now you got somebody stepping up in the pocket, and you got a beast like Rashawn Gary in the middle pushing that, he's going to push. He's either going to blow by people or he's going to freaking just handle a double team. I might play him at D tackle, honestly. Like, that might be better for us this year, for Rashawn to play D tackle and switch to DN here and there or whatever when they need him to, and play both ways, both positions. But that's just what I was thinking. But that's all I got for this video pretty much. I'm looking for a blowout, looking for the defense to get back on point, play discipline, and just to get some turnovers and get their swag back. Same with the offense. Shea moved the ball. Get some more consistency with your receivers. With Nico at outside and these players, and just get some consistency and get some confidence back. Hopefully we blow them out, and Dylan and the backups can get in and blow them out quick and let the backups get in. But that's all I got for today. As always, like, share, subscribe to my page. And I want to I want my fans and subscribers to keep my boy Jarvis in their prayers. He's in the hospital right now. And I just wanted to say that before I got off the video. As always, like, share, subscribe, though. If you want to donate to my page, feel free. Cash App and PayPal will be below. As always, go blue.